Hi everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss about thrust and pressure. Okay. Just consider my hand and consider this pen. On the surface, so my hand is a surface, consider this as a surface. So this is the direction how I am going to apply the force. Okay. So on the surface, from here this direction I can apply force. This direction I can apply force. This direction I can apply force. From this direction also I can apply force. Okay. So on this surface we can apply force from any direction. Right? Okay. So if we apply force on a surface normally or perpendicularly, we used to call that force as thrust. Right? No? If a force acting on a surface normally, there's a condition. We can apply force on a surface through any direction. But if it apply normally on a surface, that force we used to call it as thrust. Or simply we can tell that because we know that weight of the body is always acting downward direction, right? When I keep the object like this way, the weight of the body is actually acting downward direction, right? That is normal to this surface. So we can tell that thrust is equivalent to the weight of the body. Okay, thrust is equivalent to the weight of the body. Okay, so we already told that thrust is equivalent to the weight of the body. So if we keep the body like this way also, the weight acting or the thrust acting on the body is equal, because that is equivalent to the weight. If we keep like this way also, it will be equal to the weight of the body. So is it a vector quantity or a scalar quantity? We already told that it always acting downward direction. That's a particular direction. So thrust is a vector quantity. Okay. Then what will be the unit of thrust? Thrust is equivalent to the weight of the body. Or this is equal to the force which acts normally. So the SI unit is Newton. And what is the CGS unit of force? It is dyne, D/NA. So 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Okay. And in MK system, some of the place sometimes we are using weight. What is the unit of weight? Kilogram force. Right? The MK system, the weight of the body is equivalent to kilogram force. So we can equalize Newton and kilogram force in like this way. 1 kilogram force is equal to 9.8 Newton. Okay. Or sometimes we will round it as 10 Newton. Or else we can write it as 1 gram force is equal to 980 dyne. Okay. So thrust means the force which acts normally on a surface is known as thrust. It's equivalent to force, but with a direction normal to the surface, and that is equivalent to the weight of the body. Okay. Now we'll see what effect the thrust can make it. Okay. So here I have similar nails with me. This is the head of the nail and this is the tip of the nail. Then I have taken a clay, a small clay. I'm going to keep it on my surface. Okay. Then one nail, I'm going to keep this point edge here and another one upside down. Okay. This is the way what I'm going to keep it. Okay. Then I'm going to apply a force normally on this nail. Okay. We'll see what effect it will make it. Okay. So I kept and I'm pressed both of them together. Same force applied. Okay. Let's see how it made the impressions. Okay. See the way? The pointed edge pierced more inside the clay. The other edge, the mark is there, but it didn't pierce much more. Right? No? Or else we can tell that the effect of thrust on large area was less. Right? No? This end is large area. So the effect of large area on large area was less, and on small area we got more effect. Right? No? Okay. So the pointed edge pierced more, and this broad end only little bit. It just made an impression. That's it, comparing with the pointed edge. So we can call the effect of thrust in terms of pressure. Okay, the effect of thrust in terms of pressure. So what is pressure? The force acting on unit area is known as pressure, or thrust divided by area. The thrust acting normally on an area is known as pressure. We can represent pressure in terms of equation. Pressure is equal to thrust divided by area. Thrust is represented by the letter T and area by A, and pressure with the letter P. Okay. So pressure is a ratio of thrust to area, or force acting normally to a particular area is known as pressure. Let's find the unit. What is the unit of thrust? Thrust is Newton. The SI unit of thrust is Newton, and the unit of area, it is meter square. Newton per meter square, or instead of these two terms we are using it as Pascal. P-A, P capital and small a. Pascal. This is also given on the honor of a great French scientist, Blaise Pascal. 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton meter square. Now we'll define 1 Pascal. Okay. So 1 Pascal is the force exerted on a surface area of 1 meter square by a force of 1 Newton acting normally. Okay. So 1 Pascal is a pressure exerted on a surface of 1 meter square by a force of 1 Newton acting normally. So this is the way how we can define Pascal. Even we can measure the pressure in terms of CGS unit. So the CGS unit of pressure is dyne per centimeter square. This is the CGS unit. So if we equalize it to the Newton meter square, 1 dyne per centimeter square is equal to 0.1 Newton per meter square. Okay. So even in terms of gram per centimeter square also, like we studied that MKS system is kilogram force. So in terms of gram force also we can mention it as gram force centimeter square. If it is here means kilogram force meter square. Okay. So these are the different ways how we can express in CGS system and in MKS system and even in SI system. Sometimes the pressure will be expressed in terms of bar. Okay, bar and millibar. So 1 bar is equivalent to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Okay, milli means it is 1 millibar is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 bar. Okay, so if we use that, we will get 1 millibar is equal to 10 to the power 2 Newton per meter square. This in terms of bar. And sometimes like atmospheric pressure, we used to express in terms of height of mercury column. Okay, the normal atmospheric pressure is expressed as 76 centimeter height of mercury column. Okay, it's a height of mercury column. So there 76 centimeter of mercury column or 760 millimeter of mercury column, or even in meters 0.76 meter of Hg. So this is the way how normally we used to mention the atmospheric pressure. Or sometimes the pressure is mentioned in terms of atmosphere, ATM. 1 atmospheric pressure, that is equivalent to 76 centimeter of mercury column. If we express this 1 atmosphere in terms of Pascal, 1 ATM means atmospheric pressure, or it is 76 centimeter of mercury column. This is equivalent to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay, so keep this value in your mind. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. That is equivalent to 76 centimeter of mercury or mercury column, or 760 mm of mercury column. Sometimes we will use atmospheric pressure in terms of torr on the honor of a great scientist Torricelli. So 1 torr is equal to 1 mm of Hg, or we can write it as 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 760 or 760 torr. Okay, these are the different ways through which we can represent the pressure. Thank you.